The girl who her mom for TikTok clout.
In this day and age, it's pretty safe to say that a lot of people do a lot of dumb shit for TikTok clout. Trends where people do outright.
You know what? If there was two men that ever fake kissing, it would be Jack Doherty and the Island Boys. I'm not surprised. This is the only photo that I never questioned if it was AI. This is 100% real and you could tell.
Cringy shit, embarrass themselves, and possibly even kill themselves.
Teen dies after participating in viral stick your tongue. Yo, why would you think this is okay, bro? What viral challenge is that? Name me one person that ever did this and said, yo, this is the new trend, bro. All you gotta do is... This can't be real, bro. It's fake, right?
Science has shown over the years how social media likes spike the living crap out of your dopamine receptors. Every single like and view just gives your brain a little bit of that good stuff. And apps like TikTok have been designed to give your brain as much of that good stuff as possible. It's not just a thing that people like to make a career out of, it's also a giant social booster. Because these apps are so popular amongst teenagers and kids, getting TikTok famous is one of the best ways to get popular. And like I said before, we've seen a lot of people that have done some stupid ass shit to get that. The blackout challenge, the Benadryl challenge, the penny challenge, I mean, you name it. But when people do these trends, usually it's only themselves that they hurt. But what about when a person ends the life of someone else to get famous? Well, that's what this TikToker has done, allegedly. Lots of evidence has shown that this girl, Sarah Grace Parker, has ended the lives of her parents just to get internet points on TikTok.
Hey y'all, give me 100K followers, her ass is done. I feel like that's like streamers giving a sub count goal and then just murdering someone when it's met. Is that not insane?
Now, I say alleged because this case is still going on. It's not technically confirmed that she did it, so I just want to point that out. This is all alleged. No one has been found guilty. But almost anyone that sees the story thinks she did it. And it starts to make sense when you look at the evidence. Let's cut the bullshit and get right into it. Now, Sarah is your typical 17-year-old girl. She has a boyfriend and does a lot of
17? 17 and you already trying to be the next Charlie D'Amelio? To anyone that's like wants to be a content creator in the future, my number one advice to be, if you're young, bro, live life. Because you take your experiences and then that's what you put out into the world. If you're trying to make a content and you know you're not really doing anything or you have nothing to talk about, stop.
Hobbies and, you know, usual teenage girl stuff. And like a lot of girls her age, she likes to spend a lot of time on TikTok. And very obviously wants to be an influencer. There's only one problem though. She has no talent. So what do you do if you have no skills, no humor or creativity and you want...
For an adult, OnlyFans.
Want to get internet famous? Well, you try and post thirst traps. And that's basically all allowed, putting on tons of makeup, wearing her best outfit.
Do thirst traps still work? Like, just generally speaking. I feel like they work for women, but as a man, I feel like you're playing a fine line. With thirst traps and lip syncing, you look cringe.
Really getting the whole view right so that she could get the best thirst trap possible. Like, she really spared no effort for making the best lip sync videos possible. If you look at her mugshot compared to how she looks in these videos, it's like not the same person. It's just like so obvious how much time she is spending into these videos. But hey, with a lot of girls that try to get social media attention, that's really just kind of like the name of the game, unfortunately. There's a lot of pressure to look as glamorous as possible. But even though she's doing all...
No, I can relate to that. Like, do you know how hard it is? Before every stream, preparing myself, putting that CeraVe Cetaphil, brushing my teeth extra hard to make sure I'm presentable in front of y'all. I mean, obviously it's working because we can all unanimously agree I look good.
Her TikToks don't really get that much views. So she can't get views from being funny or following trends or for her looks. So she thinks there has to be another way to get some sort of internet clout that doesn't require any talent. And that's when she hatches the amazing idea to kill her parents, allegedly. Now why this is her first move, I have no fucking idea. Now in February 2025 was...
My thing is, why would you publicize your murder too? Like, assuming that's what you wanted to get famous for, why would you want to publicize that? No one is gonna make edits of you in court and be like, oh, look at her, bro, free her.
When she put the plan into action. She somehow finds a gun because, you know, it's America. She's from Georgia and over there it's easier to find a gun than it is to find a can of Coca-Cola. Now for context, Sarah's parents are divorced, so she lives with her mom and her stepdad who is married to her mom. And so anyway, she takes this gun and then goes into the room while they're asleep and shoots both of them. Somehow or some way, she hides the gun and then pretends to go to sleep. The next day, Sarah's 5-year-old sister walks into the room
pretending to go to sleep while not bring them back alive. Like, I wonder when the regret hit when she did it. Like, what influenced you to actually do that?
Room to see that her parents are dead. I mean, listen, shooting
I just know she's traumatized. I hope she recovers.
your parents is one thing, but letting your 5-year-old sister look at that is just beyond disgusting. So obviously the 5-year-old screams in terror, and then her older sister comes in to see the horror, then pretends like as if she's super shocked. And then right after, calls 911. But since she hit her tracks, has an alibi, the
Holy chin of doom. Crimson chin to the max. Y'all sure she didn't use this chin as a murder weapon? Oh, get her ass gone, bro. Give her a life. Medieval torture.
cops don't suspect her at first. I mean, who would think that an innocent 17-year-old would just kill her parents out of nowhere, right? There's no motive, no reason, and apparently they had an amazing relationship. But very soon after, Sarah starts to post some of this on TikTok. And when I say soon, I mean like a week after it happened. She starts posting all of these pictures and videos talking about how she misses her mom and stepdad. But at night, when there's nothing to do and the house is empty, I'd always think about how much I needed them.
That is actually sick. You wanted to have sympathy over dead parents. You wanted to be relatable, so you took your own parents' life. You slimed out your own parents so you could have quirky TikTok captions. That's disgusting.
With each post, it gets more and more dramatic. She posts all of these pictures where she's crying and really just wailing.
And you wait 1 week. You didn't even let their death simmer. You were like, you know what? Part 2 of my plan gotta commence.
Out about missing her mom. You're just thinking it's a small thing that just happened. I just want my mama. I can't do this shit without my mama. Sent into an anxiety attack as we enter the parking lot to the church my parents always took me to. I still can't comprehend the fact I'm never gonna get to go home. Her t-shirt. What do you mean I can't call my mom?
Yo, this gotta be rage bait. This gotta be rage bait. You should have thought about that before you pulled the trigger, man. You should have thought about that. You ever thought that? You should have thought about it before you ended up like ending them. You're the reason why you're captioning your shit this. No one else.
Still doesn't feel real, but it still stings. Why me? The world ended when it happened to me. She even posted a video where she's crying and her mascara is dripping down to show all the tears. She even posted a picture where she's literally on the way to her parents' funeral. This can't be real. On my way to my parents' funeral. Now looking at these...
I'm not saying mourning looks away. Some people mourn on camera. Some people don't mourn on camera. It's okay. At the end of the day, I'm not going to tell you how to mourn. But I will say, having this much images of you crying and captioning about your parents' death, that's weird. Because now it looks more like you want that social media attention as opposed to actually caring about mourning. I don't know. I still think the best way to mourn is private. I don't think the internet should know what's going on because let's be real, the internet is a bad place. People are gonna make fun of it. If you want real peace, mourn privately.
Text captions, it's also obvious that she posted this to Snapchat where her friends saw it. This is not even like half the stuff she's posted because she's
Oh my god, my streaks are about to end. Okay, we got that one right there. Boom. I'm not gonna lie, kind of miss my parents. No, she better be locked up. I want to hear an update. She better be locked up.
It's so much more. Now posting like
imagine sliming out your parents to continue your Snapchat streaks. That's wild.
Mom dying and talking about how you're sad of it in of itself is not attention-seeking behavior per se. If you're doing it in a proper way that expresses your emotions and your grief, that's totally normal. And also if you're doing it like on their birthday or on some type of anniversary, that just makes a lot of sense. But posting it like so many consecutive times, like literally a week after it happened, is just not proper behavior.
You slimed your parents out for 121 views. You went triple plastic. That motherfucking Charlie D'Amelio, no, nigga. You was not making it out. I'm sorry. Slow down. We're staying in the hood. You're not making it out. Now that your parents are gone, your career is also gone too. It never blew up to begin with. And I'm glad it worked out this way.
Yes, lots of people grieve in different ways, but at least me personally, when I've seen people who have lost
Swiss cheesed up for 121 views. Exactly, that's crazy.
A loved one, they don't post about it like 24/7. Like even with the crying video, she's lip syncing to a song and for copyright reasons I can't play it. Like she took the time to open the app, find the song, film the video, and look at it to make sure that it was correct and then post it. And then also made sure that the mascara dripping was extremely obvious.
That's so wrong, bro. Okay, she has to be a bot, right? She had to be born with no emotions.
Is that not weird or is that just me? Perhaps one of the weirdest parts of the funeral was where she gave a speech. She got up on stage and broke down about how she loved her mom and missed her every single day.
I was ready for my brother's Tristan. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Sarah, and I'm Kristen Brock's daughter and James Brock's stepdaughter. This isn't easy. Like, oh, Ben and Angie do this all the time, but I'm really happy I get to do this. But just bear with me because I stutter a lot. I just wanted to say goodbye to my mom and Jamie since we never got the chance to. I was so used to you guys always being here to the point that I never once thought to imagine y'all not being here.
Yo, I heard enough. Give her an Oscar, bro. Give her an Oscar, Best Supporting Actress, because holy shit, you are lying like hell right now. You pulled the trigger, man.
I didn't have a single clue how much I needed y'all until now.
But the weirdest part was how at the end she says, "I'm sorry."
Does she look like Netspin or am I tripping?
And so did I. I'm sorry.
Authorities have looked at this part and deemed it very, very suspicious because it's not usually something you say at a funeral. Now, she faked this entire speech that is genuinely haunting. It's like psychotic to commit murder then put on this entire performance. But this is where things start to get really, really weird. Because
How do y'all think she got caught? I'm actually really curious.
after all of this, she literally reaches out to another TikToker, allegedly reportedly, who talks about unsolved cases on her page. Sarah DMs her and asks her to talk about the Brock case.
Why would you ask me to cover a case where you are going to get arrested?
Yo, I slimed him out for 121 views, but if you cover my case, I'll probably be up there in the thousands. Please cover my case. Yes, I might have done it, but please bring more attention to it. I need more views. This is actually really sad. You slimed out your parents for 374 followers, bro. You didn't even need to do that, bro.
For taking your parents' lives. Y'all, this is Sarah Grace, and she messaged me back on June 3rd and just said, search up Brock case. So I said, Brock Turner? Brock who? She said, Kristen and James Brock. Hold on. They're my parents, and out of nowhere, a random Thursday night in February, someone came in my house with me and my 5-year-old sister, and my parents left them for me and my little sister to wake up to. Technically, it was a Wednesday night because I found them Thursday morning, and I said, not knowing she was going to wind up arrested for this, I am so sorry. I cannot imagine. I will absolutely research and cover their case. Please take care of you always. Again, not knowing, and I covered it. 17-year-old daughter arrested for parents in Carroll County. On Tuesday afternoon, Carroll County Sheriff's Office announced that they have arrested 17-year-old Sarah Grace Patrick. She is facing 2 murder charges and 2 aggravated assault charges.
Hold on, so you were facing damn near life in prison and you still wanted TikTok clout? You're like, yes, okay, before I go to jail, I gotta end up like the Menendez brothers. Let me go hit her up. Please cover my case. What's happening?
Charges. The girl that asked me to cover the case has been arrested. As you can see here, James Brock was 45 and his wife, Kristen, was 41. Rest in peace to them.
R.I.P.
They were both found no longer alive on the
41 is so young. 45 and 41 is so young.
morning of February 20th. Much more information is going to come out. I will be making another video about this. I just wanted to get this out. I am in absolute shock because, again, the question I asked at the beginning of this video, why would you message me or any other true crime creator saying, hey, please cover this case?
For a clout. Thank God this is covered because this goes to obviously show that she slammed out her parents for 141 views on a TikTok. That's what it means.
And then you wind up being arrested for it. I am in shock. Now, of course, this is just an arrest. This is not a conviction. So everything's alleged as of now, but please let me know what you think about the psychology behind this.
But this isn't like all she sends. Sarah's like really, really urgent on her seeing this and covering it. So she like double messages her to make sure that she sees it. I think it would be a really big hit because the only person who posted about it made it as the first image you see when you Google their name. Plus, I can give you intel, I just can't give you anything that could break the case. That's what the cops told me. Now, this is why it's really, really weird. She isn't asking her to do this for justice, she's asking her because she thinks that it would get a lot of views. Now, Ray William Johnson made a video on this exact same
Yo, if there's someone that survived the internet, it gotta be this dude, bro.
topic, and as you know, he is like the king of like these murder cases. Now, he said himself that lots of victims of unsolved cases reach out to him to talk about their story, but when they do, usually they want justice, not because they think it gets a lot of views.
Okay, victims of crimes write me all the time asking me to cover their story or whatever, and never once has anyone said, you should cover this is gonna be a big hit, or you should cover this will get you to the front page of Google.
The fact that you're more enthusiastic about having other people cover your murder story instead of you mourning tells me all I need to know.
In my personal experience, victims in an unsolved case like this, they just don't think that way. They usually want justice, not views.
Anyways, YouTube, that does conclude the girl who slammed out her parents all for 121 views on TikTok. Moral of the story, don't slam out your parents for anything, and especially not TikTok views. Because if you're not talented enough to just make it on your own, then maybe you shouldn't be on the internet, or maybe you shouldn't try to chase stardom. All right, for watching this from YouTube, subscribe to the Plug channel, all that good stuff, man. Relax for life. Love y'all, and peace.